Good morning, Arizona. 912 is your time right now. All right, this is something we've seen a lot during the pandemic. People just buying things they don't really need. Can you relate to that? If you want to keep your budget in check, here are some tips to try from our partners at the Money Confidential podcast at RealSimple.
How do I stop overspending? It's a question you've probably asked yourself and one that's come up on the Money Confidential podcast.
Her income wasn't affected by the pandemic, but because she wasn't able to spend her money in the ways she usually likes to on things like travel and dining out, she finds herself overspending on a lot of things that she doesn't need, and it's gotten in the way of her savings goals.
Does that sound familiar? Podcast host Stephanie O'Connell Rodriguez says the overspending cycle can be dangerous. So experts say make it hard to spend money.
Don't keep that credit card number saved in your checkout preferences so that it's so easy to spend that it only takes one click.
It'll help cut back on that urge to splurge. Other things you can try: have cash on hand. You're less likely to spend cash than if using a credit card. Also, keep a spending journal.
So not only tracking where your money goes and how much you're spending, but what's happening in those moments when you tend to overspend or you have that urge to splurge. Is it a certain circumstance or situation? Is it a certain feeling when you're happy, when you're angry, when you're tired, when you're hungry? Just knowing when you get those feelings to overspend can help you identify ways that you can create better systems for managing those moments.
Try setting up an automatic transfer from your checking account to your savings account when you get a paycheck.
When you don't see the money sitting in your checking account, you're less likely to think of it as money you have available to spend.
Lastly, try creating visual reminders of your goal to help you spend less and save more.
Olivia and I are already chatting. We don't do that. We should do that. We don't do
to,
that. We
plan
should do
to.
that. Right.
Maybe.
The Money Confidential podcast has great tips on saving money. It's available on Apple Podcasts, Amazon, Spotify, really wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. RealSimple and the Money Confidential are all produced by the parent company of Arizona's family, the Meredith Corporation.